Laura, how's the team reacting? How's the team bouncing back from a tough weekend against the Gophers?
Good. I think, obviously we wanted to get some wins there, but we played better on Saturday, made a good push. I think we know what we need to do to be better, and we have to move on. Like we talk about in sports, when things go well on the weekend, you got to turn the page and get ready for your next opponent. And that's what we're doing. So we really haven't looked back too much. We're focused on Mankato now.
Are there things that you can take out of that weekend that you really did like what the team did that you can move forward?
Absolutely. I mean, I think being able to put together a much better effort on Saturday is encouraging. It doesn't take us a long, you want some of those things to happen in game, but to be able to turn it around and play much better on Saturday, I love that about our team. And I think, we're right there, just have to play a little better D zone. So we're fixing some of those things on entry against and getting better in the areas we need to get better at. But I think there's a lot of things to like.
Mankato, where are they going to challenge? It's been a while since you've seen them. Where are they going to challenge this team this weekend?
They're good on entries and they have a decent power play. So not dissimilar from Minnesota's approach. Minnesota's good on entries and they got us on a couple plays that developed off of entry, and they had a good power play too. So I think at this point in the season, those are the areas that we want to really be locked in on. And most good teams are going to have good special teams, and they're going to be able to attack with numbers and know how to make plays over the blue line. So we just have to be ready for that.
You said after Saturday's game, you want an explanation from the league. I don't even want to give the details. I'm not going up to ask for that. But did you get one, and are you satisfied with it?
I got one. What are you gonna do at this point? But they maintained their position. So that's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Maya, you guys were stuck with the season series. It doesn't feel that way, at least. Is that kind of what it feels like in the locker room?
Say that again, sorry.
But even though you guys were stuck,
Yeah. Yep.
It doesn't necessarily feel like you went for it at all, especially with the athletes that you has. Is that how it also feels?
Yeah, I mean, I think we realize that we have great opponents in our league, and we played some good hockey and we played some not so good hockey. So when you don't play your best, like on Friday, I think it's easy to say, well, we didn't play our best. Let's see what happens when we do. We were better on Saturday, but still not at our best. We needed the whole group going, and we had pieces. So if we're all together and all in, we know what we're capable of. So I think that's the good and the bad thing is, you have regret about not being at our best when we needed to be, but we also have a long-term goal in mind. And so we're still learning through the process of the season. And that's the nice thing. I think we're always improving, always wanting to get better, and we're never satisfied. So that's kind of how we look at that series.
And after the Friday and Saturday, similarly, that you just need everyone to be on the same page. Pieces all together. Specifically, what does that mean, especially going into this season?
Yeah, I think, sometimes you have a couple lines or a couple D or goalie or whatever it is really playing a great game, and you want everybody to be able to do it. And it's not the key is not trying to be a hero. It's not like we're expecting anybody to play outside of themselves. We want them to just play what they're capable of. And when we do that, then we roll line after line, D pair after D pair. Goalie makes good saves, some maybe extraordinary, but that's not what we should be expecting. Because when everybody does their job, we're a really good team.
And after this weekend, I know you guys continue to talk about every single weekend. You're focused on yourselves, you're focused on yourself. Like, just being able to expect some period. Some of the women just saying, hey, whether it was a 2-goal game, a 1-goal game, our game, our games, was there anything different that you learned about your team this weekend that you want to do in
I mean, I think our leadership is where we are gonna hold the team accountable and squeeze together in those moments that you're talking about. I'm sure it was mostly our fifth years, our upperclassmen that were talking about, what we needed to do and holding each other accountable. I think that's important. And, sometimes it's right? Who scored? Mannon, Gabby Kraus, and who got Taylor Anderson, right? And Stewart the day before. But Gabby Kraus, Mannon, sometimes those younger players are going to shine in some of these bigger matchups because they have less pressure on them, or maybe it's a line matchup sort of thing. So the leadership will always be there from the older players, making sure we're doing what we need to do. And I think the nice part is we have good depth and people that can put the puck in the net on any line. So that's a convoluted answer to your question, but hopefully it helps. Yeah.
I think it's just oversimplification to say that you played really well Friday, but they played well enough to make it look like you put in your best. And then Saturday, both teams played better and they still were a little bit better than each other. But you played great.
Could be, John, could be. You throw some good thoughts out here. It could be. I thought we could have played better Friday. Could it have been Minnesota? Yes, but I still think we had more to give. And I think we saw that on Saturday and they gave it too. And so it was a good duel on Saturday. I just feel like we didn't have the energy, the effort, the intensity that we needed to start the game and consistently hold that up on Friday. But you could be onto something.
Heading into, it was like your second series of the season, and now your regular season is winding down. This is kind of give you a chance to reflect on everything that you guys have done so far.
It's tough to reflect right now. It's more, what do we need to do right now to get ourselves prepared for the weekend? And, we've been dialing back the reps at practice, trying to shorten things up, make sure our bodies have the chance to recover, make sure their minds are in good places too, because, these games are really intense and demanding. So we just kind of go week by week, trying to give our players what they need to be the best that they can be. And that's what we're focused on.
Emma, first start talking about Nina. She's the defender of the month. I'm wondering what you've seen from her as she's grown as not just kind of an offensive but defensive defenseman as well. What have you seen out of her?
Oh, I think Nina puts in a lot of work, and I think that has been able to help her grow her confidence. And then that's why she is able to make those plays in a game, because she has done all the practice, so she can just go for it in games. And she looking up to a player like Ashton, you see her doing plays like that. So I think that encourages our not only Nina but our decor itself to try to be more offensively too and help out to score goals.
International experience, Nina's got some pretty meaningful international experiences as well. You're pretty familiar with the international scene now, quickly become a veteran. Does that help with confidence and growth as well, you think?
Yeah, I would say so. International hockey, it's different in a way, because you might not have as big spot as you do on your own team, but at the same time you're playing against some of the best people in the world, so that's going to help you push yourself too.
For you, what's it been like chasing some of these? I don't know how much you pay attention to it, but all the rest of us love talking about your chase of the shutout records and various other records. One win away from 50 wins. For you, what's it like chasing some of these records and being mentioned with some of these, great goaltenders with not just the hockey history, but hockey history?
Well, I try to not pay too much attention to it. It's typically when I see it on Twitter or something like that. I mean, it's exciting, but the end goal is still a national championship. And that's, if this is just a step of the way towards that, that's still fun, but I want the team to succeed.
Just the shutout record kind of feel like a team record, maybe more than an individual record, especially when you post a 8-save shutout like you did recently. What is it, 9 total shutouts? Team this year?
Yeah, of course.
Team record?
Yeah, it is. That shows that we have a strong defense on our team, because what we don't see in the score sheets also is whatever the 10-20 shots that are blocked in a game, and it might have been a puck that I didn't see, but then my forwards, defensemen, they help out too. So I would for sure say that's a team thing.
Yeah, how key have the players in front of you been blocking shots taken away chances, this year?
I think everyone has like a great attitude going into it. Everyone is just throwing their bodies there. So no one like they put in the dirty work to do it. Like it's gonna hurt, but everyone is still willing to do it.
You played at Wisconsin, I didn't see it, but I can't imagine any people that are playing better than you did there. Did you have like 72 saves on 73 shots for the weekend?
Yes.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Well, I would say you didn't play better than that, but last weekend you played as well, in your mind, play equally with that?
I would not say I played as well this weekend. Friday, I thought I had a solid performance, but I'm not too happy about my Saturday game. I didn't think I stepped up enough for the team. So like coach said, the team played better on Saturday. So I think if I could have played better too, then we could have come away with a win.
How do you evaluate yourself?
Oh, yeah.
How do you evaluate yourself on a game? Like, we obviously evaluate on shutouts, save percentage, goal against and all that stuff. How do you kind of personally, when you look at a game, evaluate yourself?
One of the things is like the feeling I have in a game, which is like not really tangible in that way, but also like I look at like, did I let up a lot of rebounds? Did I make like the right pre-save movements and that kind of stuff? So it's not all in the like amount of shots for me. It's like how I worked on the ice.
It's stuff that can be done.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Emma, you played against a lot of teams that have diverse attacks and all their D. The other team does that now more than it has in a little while. What is that like to play against when the players are flying all over the offensive zone and the puck comes anywhere?
Well, you have to be very aware on the ice. Like I have to constantly scan like the zone to like see where people are coming into because like I don't only have to watch the forwards on the offensive team or opponent team. Like their Ds are gonna drop into play. So yes, it makes it harder, but it's also like a fun type of hockey.
So what do you remember most about playing BPW that capitalize on?
It's always very tough games. So I think we need to go out with full speed from the start. We have to expect it's going to be a physical game. That's typically how it goes when we play each other. So we can't take anything for granted and just have to be ready from day one.
Are there certain things despite the loss this weekend that surprised you about your team's performance or just stay in it, especially on that Saturday?
Sorry, what was that?
Is there anything that surprised you, especially that Saturday game, your team's doing, just stay in it, even if it's not going to goals?
I wouldn't say it surprised me. No one on this team gives up. So like it doesn't matter if we're down by 2 goals. Like everyone can score 2 shots, 2 goals type of thing. Like we know we can score goals, and that's why we don't give up on like our team when we end up in those situations. We just have to keep going, like keep grinding it out.
Top of your head, are there a few keys going into making it official?
I think like I kind of, as I said, like we need to play with speed and a lot of grit and physicality and be ready to be tough.
It's National Girls and Women Sports Day. How special is it for you to be a part of a program like this that's inspiring some younger generations, some girls to want to get involved in hockey?
Yeah, I think it's I'm very proud to be a part of this UMD program, like just with first like who's been here before me, but also like how you see like the girls that we meet like in the community that like look up to us. It's very special to be able to inspire people to want to play hockey, or like in my case, someone comes up to me like, I love to watch you play, I want to be a goalie too. Like that's what like it comes down to matter to it. Also, it's not only about games and scores, it's like what you can like the people you affect outside the ice too.
If you put any merit in when you're playing and you're hot, I mean, Matt says it goes by the shutouts and the numbers and the stats. I just go by how many goals you rob. You know, how many times you absolutely rob the other team from what looks like a certain goal. I'm reaching for my pen right now and then made the save, so I have to change my notes.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can feel that when you're playing, you know when you've got the rhythm and you're stopping. But every once in a while, one slips in, and so a shutout doesn't necessarily have to be happening to have it be your best game. That's why
Yeah.
you played so well on both Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, thank you.
But Saturday, you didn't think you had as good a game as you could have had.
No, I think I could have done better on some of the goals. It's for sure puck that I could have stopped, and like I've stopped those type of shots before, so I think I should have stopped them again in this game.